Hi, my name is Robert, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about my ayahuasca experience this past summer. In July, I went down to Peru. I went to Iquitos, Peru, and I went to do an ayahuasca ceremony. So, this is going to be a story about my travels, my journey there, and really what made me want to do ayahuasca. What got me interested in ayahuasca was I got very fascinated by psychedelics in using them in ceremonial context, using them for healing, using them for improving spirituality, improving mood and understanding. I got really fascinated and obsessed almost with these substances and what they can do. And I got into that, and I got into meditation and yoga, and somewhere about down my path, I think it was in maybe October of 2015, I heard about ayahuasca, and I looked it up immediately, and I knew in the back of my head that I had to do this. I knew in my heart, actually. This was back in November. I knew this was something I had to do. So unfortunately, not unfortunately, I didn't end up doing it in December because that was not a good time. I was in school. I waited until the summer, and come July, I went down to Peru. And what finally made me make the decision to do it was I was in the hospital. I fell off my skateboard and I had a really hard fall on my back, and it caused my lungs to puncture and leak air. So I went to the hospital kind of spontaneously, and it reminded me that I have to do this ayahuasca. I have to experience this, and I have to evolve myself in this life, because at any moment we can be gone. And I told myself I can't waste any more time. So I did it. I bought my ticket in February. I went in July, and I went to Iquitos, Peru, and the retreat center that I was at was Katari Retreat Center in Iquitos, Peru. Katari is an amazing, incredible retreat center. The housing, it's not incredible, like in terms of like you're not gonna have a bathroom and toilet and everything. You have all that, but like we're living in the jungle. You don't need all your materialism, your necessities, your phone, your all that stuff. You don't need any of that. It's just you raw. You have a hammock. I had a hammock in like my hut, and there were 14 of us. 15 actually, 15 people at the retreat, and to get to the retreat, we met in the city, and then we took a boat ride. We took a bus to like a port, and then from the port we took the boat through the Amazon River, and then we got off at another port, and then from there we walked until we got to the retreat center. And right when we got there, we ate, we put our stuff down, rested, and they talked to us. Everybody talked to the shaman individually, telling them why you're here, what kind of experience, what drew you to ayahuasca, pretty much, just to get a feel for you. And with that, the shaman prescribes you a couple medicines. I was taking 3 medicines. I'm not sure of the names, but plant medicines. We drink these plant medicines every single day, morning 7 a.m. when we wake up, and 5 p.m. at night. And so the first night we had our first ceremony. I got to know everybody. Everybody was really nice. Everybody was really chill. Everybody really connected. Everybody felt good. And first ceremony came along, and ceremony started at 7. So before ceremony, we took a floral bath. So I took a floral bath, and you're not supposed to dry yourself with a towel. You're supposed to let it air dry, and then dry your pants and your underwear so that's not wet. And then I walked into the maloka, and there was a candle in the middle of the maloka, and there's beds all around the maloka. And I sat close to the shaman, and just waited. I was there about an hour early, just waited, did some relaxation techniques, like some yoga, and then the shaman walks in. Don Locho is the shaman at Katari. Don Locho, an incredible man, so loving. His charisma, his energy is so vibrant and loving, and he's also working on innovative agricultural style there in the Amazon to improve the biodiversity. So he has a lot of knowledge with these plants. He comes in, he's wearing his shaman outfit, and then everybody starts getting called one by one. And then I go up, I kneel down, he pours me an amount, he looks at me, and he gauges by looking at you and senses how much you need. So he gave me about a quarter cup of the glass, and then I got it, and then the facilitator there, Claudia, she told me to put my intention in the cup. So I put my intention in the cup. And my intention was to heal any physical, mental, emotional blockages in my being. So I said that to my cup, and then I drank it down, and the taste was horrible, absolutely horrible. God. Went back down, sat down on my mattress, and they blew out the candle. It was just pitch black, and you can hear all the sounds of the forest, of the animals, of the insects, of the frogs. It was very beautiful. It was very beautiful. And then he starts shaking his shakapa, singing his Icaros. Icaros are his healing songs, what they say. He sings to heal. They're not just songs that you remember. They're songs that he uses to call spirits into the ceremony to heal and to do good work in the ceremony, to essentially heal. You can call in plant spirits, animal spirits, water spirit, earth spirit, fire spirit, all these different things. So within the first hour, I started to feel an increased, heightened sensitivity of my body. I was very sensitive. I was feeling my legs, I was feeling my toes, I was feeling my face, and it all felt so good. Like, it felt so, like, it felt very, very loving, caring, and sensitive, very sensitive. And then after that, I started to feel like I was going into a trance. I felt like a snake was going into my mouth. And then I felt a lot of rumbling in my stomach. And I was just very present. I was just listening to the Icaros. And eventually I started to see images shown to me. Like images, very subtle images, like very fast, like a shutter, were showing me images. And I was seeing the forest, and I was seeing natives running in the forest. I saw them rowing boats, and I saw like a bird's eye view of them and the earth. And I saw love in these people's hearts. I felt like I was observing these people's lives and their values from an outside perspective. I saw all this, and it was synchronized in with the Icaros. The Icaros were guiding the experience. And after I had that experience, that little visions that I saw, I began to think of myself. I began to think of my family. I began to think of the love that I give out. And I felt very emotional because I realized that I don't give that energy of love out. I just don't do it. I hold it in. I avert. I go away. I suppress. And I saw myself objectively. That's what I've been doing most of my life. And I saw that that wasn't my true nature. That wasn't my core being. The true core value is love and community and acceptance and connection with the land, with the earth, with the water, with the people, with the animals, with all of life, respecting all of life, and realizing that we are a part of the whole existence. We are not special. We are another life. All life is beautiful. All life is precious. So I was crying a lot with that, and then after I cried, I felt better. And I thought that the ceremony was almost over after that, until I checked my watch, and it seemed that it was only an hour and a half had passed. So I was surprised. There was still another 5 hours left of the ceremony. And I just stayed present for the rest of the ceremony, and I did purge about 3 times. A lot of yakking, a lot of dry heaving, but I did finally throw up. And end of the ceremony, shaman closed it, blew out the candles. Everybody's knocked out. I've never been so tired in my life. It was beautiful though. I felt so the sleep was incredible. Oh my God, I've never slept so good in my life. And that was the first ceremony. And then second ceremony, throughout the week at Katari we had breakfast at 8 o'clock, lunch at 12 o'clock, and we didn't eat after that for ceremony days. And days that we didn't have ceremony, we would eat dinner around like 6 o'clock, and then because they go to bed very early out there. They go to bed when the sun goes down. They're very synchronized with the sun, with the earth, with the day, pretty much. Like us in the West, we're not very synchronized with the way of the sun, the earth. Like we stay awake way longer than we're supposed to, and get up way later than we're supposed to. I'm just saying what I think. But yeah, that was the first ceremony. It was very powerful. It had an impact. I felt love, and I felt an understanding that I have to cultivate my heart, my love within myself, and then share that with others and with the world. And then second ceremony came around the next day, and same thing, got into the Moloka, went up, drank my quarter again, and sat back down. Everybody was sitting down, and then ceremony started. I was much more present in the second ceremony. I was much more focused. I was sitting upright, spine erect, and I felt very present. But I wasn't seeing any visions. I wasn't feeling any emotions. I just felt kind of like myself, really. So when they asked for second cup, I got up for second cup, and when I got up, I felt so dizzy, so disoriented. My balance was horrible. Went up to the shaman, asked him for mas poquito, just a little bit. Drank that. Immediately after I drank that, I felt nauseous, and I threw up quite a lot. And then that's where it got strong. Like I was forced on my back, and the shaman was singing, and Claudia, another woman that was there, facilitator, she was singing beautiful song. It was like the masculine, incredible masculine energy and a beautiful feminine energy. And her voice was so soothing, it was so loving, it was so touching. It was affecting me. I felt her emotion. And that was intense. I felt like I was just being thrown around the ocean, and I had no control of anything. And I would grab my stones, and I would put it to my heart, and I tell myself that I'm strong and I could get through this. And I did that at least 50 times in the night, and it really helped. At the end of that ceremony, I had an image shown to me of myself, and then about 4 or 5 people behind me, and each person behind me was like a generation before and before and before. So I saw like tribe members behind me, like tribe members' feathers, you know, Native Americans, almost. I felt connected to them. And then when the ceremony was ending, I had the sensation of falling into the lap of Mother Nature, falling into her luscious green leaves and vines and insects and her water and everything. She was protecting me. She was protecting me. And that was the second ceremony. And third ceremony wasn't really much. I just drank. I felt very like I had a purge because I ate 2 hours before ceremony when I was supposed to eat. I forgot. I ate fruit and I felt like I felt like I had a purge, but I didn't want to go for a second cup because it was just too nasty to drink. Next time I definitely would. But third ceremony wasn't really anything spectacular. And I didn't drink for the fourth ceremony because I felt physically, mentally tired, and I felt fearful. And now that I look back, I do think I would have, if I had another chance, I would have done the ceremony. But at the time, I felt like I didn't need to. So those were my experiences with ayahuasca. It really was powerful. It was such a powerful week. And just living in the forest with the people, with the shaman, with everything, was an incredibly beautiful experience. And I'm glad that I did it. And I have the feeling that I want to go do this again. I want to learn more because I was only there for a week. And I want to learn more about healing, plant medicines, different ways of seeing life than my own in this society. Shamanism is absolutely fascinating. And I want to go back to Peru and live there for maybe 6 months, 3, 4, 6 months, and really learn about this medicine, work with this medicine, heal myself. Because I want to be the most whole being I can be in my life, in service of myself and service for others, service for the earth, for the world, but it starts with yourself. Everybody can do this. Everybody can change themselves. Everybody can peel the layers away and be their authentic self. That's what I want for my life. That's what I want my life to be. So, thank you for watching this video, if you made it this far. And I hope you realize that you are beautiful and that you are limitless and that you can do anything in this life and nothing can hold you back in this life except yourself. So love yourself.